What's going on, guys? My name is TetraNinja, and as promised, here's my video on showing you guys the easiest method to get all the pro perks in Call of Duty Black Ops. And this is something that you really want to do after you're done prestiging, because there's really no point of getting all those pro perks, putting in that hard work, and prestiging again, especially for difficult ones such as Tactical Master Pro. But as you can see right here, I am 15 prestige. It took me about 10 days to get there. As of right now, I have 13 days, 16 hours on this. But yeah, finish prestiging as well. You want to have a good amount of COD points because some perks lend to getting them together, as well as you want to make sure you have all the equipment to get the perks as well. So probably you don't want to you don't want to start your road to all the pro perks early on in prestige. Probably at the midway point to the later end. It just makes your life a whole lot easier when you have enough COD points to buy all the perks and all the equipment, like I said. So as you can see, I have pretty much all the pro perks. Well, I do have all the pro perks. These are my classes that I use. I did a video on my channel if you want an explanation of all of them. As you can see, they are named after Pokemon. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so as you can notice, this looks pretty ghetto. I'm doing this in Excel. I was trying to think of a more creative way, because if you guys have seen my videos before, I like to take a little bit of effort in Photoshop, nice overlays and everything, but this is honestly the most easiest way to do this, so you guys can see everything, and everything will just flow better. So forgive me, it's in Excel. But let's start off by just getting rid of all the easy perks that are pretty easy to do. 20 kills with, so we'll start off with Ghost. So 20 kills with the enemy spy plane or Blackbird up. That shouldn't be a problem. Aircraft with launcher, once again, shouldn't be a problem. Preferably you want to have Estrella, just in case if you're playing domination and aircraft is constantly going up, such as spy planes and counter spy planes. That's your big ticket items right there, since they're pretty easy to get. Destroy sentry gun. This can be kind of hard at first, just because not a lot of people use sentry guns, but what you can do is just do it the only use me blade way. Equip sentry gun, go into a free-for-all, get your kill streak, throw it down for someone to grab, because anytime a care package comes in, people always swarm it. Let the guy grab it, and then follow him to wherever he places it, and then just knife it. So yeah. Next is share 10. Next is hardline. So share 10 reward crates, not too bad. Earn 7 kill streaks in the match. Just equip low kill streaks, your 3, 4, 5s, shouldn't be a problem. 7 kills without dying, probably the easiest one. Well, should be the easiest one. If you're having problems with that, you might have troubles getting all the pro perks by themselves. Next one, sleight of hand, aiming down sight 150 times, no issue there. Kill 30 enemies within 5 seconds of reloading. This might sound a little bit difficult, but it just happens, trust me. You won't even notice it. Reload and finish an enemy off, a wounded enemy. So this is the case where you want to run into your second chance users, so you shouldn't have a problem with that, finding them online. But if for some reason you're having a difficult time, go with a silenced weapon, just so you don't show up on radar and then they don't know where you're coming from and they can't turn on you. But other than that, that's pretty much easy peasy. So moving on to hardened. 10 penetration kills. Just go with a map such as firing range and equip this, and you should have no problem shooting into trailers, as well as the wood area, as well as the top tin area. 200 bullets into enemy aircraft. So you really wanted to run into your enemy helicopters, just regular helicopters in this case. A little bit more difficult shooting down chopper gunners unless you have Ghost Pro on. But yeah, go with an M60, with either grip or red dot sight, just so you can stay on target a little bit easier. Destroy one piece of equipment through wall. You shouldn't need to have hacker on, but if for the life of you can't find them, just equip hacker. But otherwise, this is pretty easy by itself. Next one, second chance. Unfortunately, is probably the easiest perk to get all the pro challenges for. 10 kills in second chance, not a big deal, which would give you halfway. You should be able to get this one first before you get that top one, just because they're pretty much running towards the same goal. Kill the enemy who downed you 5 times. This one, the last one, aim high once you go in the second chance, should not be an issue. Alright, scavenger, you also want to make sure it's one of your first pro perks that you get. Pretty easy, resupply 150 times, 5 kills with a resupply grenade, 5 kills without dying. Pretty much easy peasy. Alright, so now we move on to the more difficult perks to get. So, or the perks that you can kind of do with in combination with other perks. Starting with Flak Jacket, the survive 10 explosion one shouldn't be a bad one. 5 grenade throwbacks. What you want to do is preferably play domination for this, just so you know where grenades are going to be coming from. Start capping a flag, and usually people will start lobbing their grenades into you, and you can just throw them back. Other than that, this is somewhat difficult to get, but not too bad if so long as you play the right game type. It doesn't make sense to doing this in TDM just because you don't know where the grenades are going to be coming from most of the time. So the plant 10 bomb kills you want to do with the ninja perk just because they run towards the same thing. And the game type you really want to play with this is the demolition game type, just because there could be constant bomb plants and disarms at the same time. This one you can do you can actually, it counts as a disarm as well, but the ninja one doesn't. Only the ninja one counts as a plant. Just a heads up on this though, just don't do. There is a latency period between where the disarms and the arms actually count, so you can't boost for it and have two guys sit on there, just because it's something that Treyarch worked into the coding. So sometimes if you get like 10 disarms in one game, they won't actually count just because they were done too close to each other consecutively. The same thing happens with the domination flag. Sometimes you don't get the points if you capture too many flags within a certain period of time, but that's another story. Alright, so next, so we got Flak Jacket done, got Ninja done. Ninja, pretty easy, 150 kills with a silenced weapon. No big deal there. The Backstabber medals you can do with either the Steady Aim perk as well as the Lightweight perk, just because they run towards the same thing. Just a heads up on the Backstabber medals is that you have to be very precise and literally be right behind the guy. If you're off to an angle at any point, the Backstabber medal won't count at all. So just heads up right there if you get a little bit frustrated. Oh, I forgot about Scout. Scout is also a pretty easy one. 50 kills with your secondary weapon, so you just go with the pistol in this case. 51 shot kills, so you have to do this with the sniper rifle. You have no choice, so go with your PSG-1 or your L96. With 30 headshots, it doesn't have to be with a sniper rifle, so you can kind of just equip Scout and just use a regular assault rifle or SMG, get your headshots, and it's no big deal right there. So once again, you don't have to use the sniper rifle to get the 30 headshots. Alright, so the lightweight perk, 50 melee kills, is pretty easy. Once again, you might want to be doing this with the steady aim perk just so you can kind of get them at the same time. And 5 escape 5 times after being hurt. That's pretty easy. You should get it no problems if you just know how to control your engagements and run away. What was giving me troubles was I wasn't 100% sure of what 10 offense medals meant. But I figured this out, that it's just the easiest way to do this is just go into CTF. And if you have the enemy flag and running back to your base, and if you just kill someone, then you'll get the offense medal, no big deal. So in that case, you want to be doing this with the marathon perk so you can get the flag captures as well as the offense medal. So we'll kind of knock out this here. So on to marathon. The sprint 26 miles, that just happens. Play your game types, preferably ones that require more movement like CTF or domination. People don't tend to move around as much in team deathmatch, so you'll have a little bit of troubles doing that. But 26 miles, no big deal. The best game type to do the 10 first blood medals would be Search and Destroy, just because there are a lot of rounds to them. So you're going to be that guy rushing out there, the first one. You may die a lot, you may be sitting in lobby a lot, but it's still the fastest way in my opinion, just because, like I said, there are rounds in that game at a minimum of 4. So yeah. Alright, the next one, steady aim, 100 kills after sprinting, not a big deal. 10 150 hip fire kills. Do this with a submachine gun, preferably with a decent mag size such as the MP5 or AK-74U. Minimum 30 bullets in my opinion. Or as well, you can do this with the G11, just because the G11 stat wise has the same hip fire capacity as submachine guns. So not a big deal there. Moving on to Warlord. 150 kills with 2 attachments, no big deal. 150 grenade kills. You should have scavenger at this point, so you should be constantly reloading your grenade, so that it doesn't really matter. 10 grenade kills is not a big deal, but you want to make things a little bit faster. Equip Scavenger Pro or Scavenger with it, just so you can resupply them. 1 multi grenade kill. this really just happens randomly. Preferably play domination just so you get people multi-capping at one point, and not a big deal there. Okay, so the last two are probably some of the more difficult ones. Well, this one's not too difficult. Destroy 10 enemy equipment or explosives, not a big deal. 24 claymore C4 kills, not bad as well. And 25 enemies within your radius of your jammer or your motion sensor. Once again, you want to be playing a more active playlist, such as domination in this case, as well. Preferably you want to use the motion sensor, just because since people although the radius on the jammer is larger, people tend to not run towards areas with motion sensors on, so you'll be waiting there a long time, whereas in the jammer, but where in the case of the motion sensor, people don't know if it's up or not, and then you can kind of just pick them off as they come along. Just place it in a good choke point that people frequent a lot, and then you're pretty much golden right there. So the last perk which is probably the one of the best perks in the game, but just so difficult to get. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you have both the Scavenger Pro done as well as the Warlord Pro done. What Scavenger Pro will let you do is resupply your flash grenades or your tactical grenades, such as your Nova Gas, your stuns, and your flashes, so you don't run out of them while in a single life, and you won't be needlessly throwing your life out there. And what the Warlord perk will do is give you one extra tactical grenade. So you have 3 flashes, 3 stuns, and 2 Nova Gases. So the flashbang ones and then stun grenade ones aren't too bad. What was really difficult is the Nova Gas, just because there's no blast damage from the Nova Gas. So the only way you damage an enemy is if they're actually in the small radius of the gas itself. So it's kind of difficult to kind of hit people. Especially if you throw it at a choke point, then most likely no one will run through it, right? Just because people aren't dumb. So the best game type in this would be either domination, just because you're gonna be knowing where people are, wait for someone to start capping a flag, and then just go and throw it in there and then damage them. Or as well, headquarters, just once again, since you know where people are gonna be. So yeah, it takes a while for this Nova Gas one. Especially if you only have one, so which is why I suggest Scavenger, so you can resupply them, as well with a Warlord perk, you get 2 of them. But other than that, that is your guide to all the pro perks in Call of Duty. Once again, that is the fastest way that I have figured out to doing it. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you guys. If it has, all I ask is that you guys just give it a quick rating. It just helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.